Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Bible in 1 year with the Preacher's Husband. Today we're talking about Genesis chapter 27, 28, and 29. Dun dun dun! Most of these stories are going to revolve around Jacob and Esau because this is their stories. This is the stories of them. Now, chapter 27, this is where all the hubbub comes about Jacob being a thief. A lot of people ask the question, why does the Bible refer to Jacob? Why do people refer to Jacob in the Bible as being a thief when he didn't steal his brother's birthright? His brother sold his birthright to him in chapter 25. Well, yeah, he did. And even in the New Testament refers back to that same story where Jacob buys the birthright from Esau. It's not stolen from him, it's bought. But they're missing the whole story. They're not reading the whole story. They're reading the New Testament story about it, and the New Testament only refers to part of it. The stolen blessing in chapter 27 is why people refer to Jacob as a thief. Now, in chapter 27, basically what happens is Isaac's dying. He calls Esau in to see him, and he tells Esau, go out and shoot me some wild game, cook me up a nice meal, bring it back to me, and then I'm going to give you my blessing. And Rebecca overhears this conversation with him. Well, Rebecca, she's placed favorites with Jacob. Rebecca wants Jacob to be the leader. And what a blessing is just that. A blessing is the leadership of the clan. Basically, he's giving him authority. He's giving him his blessing to lead the rest of his family and the clan from that point on. So Jacob already has Esau's birthright. In other words, he owns all the property. He's rich. He owns all the property. He's getting his part of the property. He's getting the double portion that Esau would have gotten. He's getting it all. But Esau was going to be the leader, even though he didn't own the land. Rebecca didn't like that. So basically, Rebecca talks Jacob into dressing up as Esau and putting Esau's clothes on so he would smell like Esau, and then putting some goat skin on his arms so he would feel like Esau because Esau was such a hairy person, and then going in and speaking to Isaac and bringing the food that Rebecca had prepared. Rebecca had prepared some goat and a meal that she knew that Isaac loved. So he goes in and it almost messed up. He almost failed right off the bat because as soon as he comes in, he talks to him. Isaac basically says, I hear the voice of Jacob, but you're speaking to me as if you're Esau. Who are you? And Jacob lies to him and says, I am Esau. Esau, come here and let me touch you. So he touches him and he rubs his hairy arms. Well, you're hairy like him. Come here and give me a hug and come close to me. And he smells him when he pulls it close to him. He smells just like Esau because he's wearing Esau's clothes and they smell like Esau. So he goes, well, you must be Esau. You feel like Esau. You smell like Esau. Even though you sound like Jacob, I guess you're Esau. So I'm going to bless you. So he blesses Jacob and gives him leadership of everything, leadership over all of the family, and his blessing moving forward. And then he leaves. And then, of course, that ticks off Esau to no end because Esau comes back. You see Esau in the left-hand corner of this picture out hunting while Jacob is doing the deed, stealing the blessing by the direction of Rebecca, who is mom standing behind him. He's ticked off. And basically what happens is Esau comes back and he is mad. He finds out what happens, and Isaac's like, I can't believe it's just happened. It did. Well, I've already blessed him and given it to him. I can't give it to you too at the same time, so you're just going to have to make do. Well, Esau is angry. He is angry to the point that he wants to kill Jacob. And Rebecca finds out that Esau wants to kill Jacob. So Rebecca goes to Jacob and says, Jacob, you got to go. You got to get out of here. Go on down the road. Your brother's going to kill you. You better go. Don't come back till he calms down. So he leaves. And essentially, he goes to Bethel. And he gets to Bethel, and some things happen. And then he goes down the road and he meets Rachel. Well, he falls in love with this Rachel, right? And Rachel just happens to be this man right here's daughter, Laban. And Jacob goes to Laban and says, I want to marry your daughter, Rachel. Well, Laban has two daughters. One daughter, Leah, who is the older daughter, and Rachel, who is the younger daughter. And Jacob wants the younger daughter. So he says, I want to marry him. Can I have them to be married? And Laban's like, well, you've been working here for a while. He's been staying with him and working with him for free, not taking anything. Basically said, as a payment for working for me, if you work for me for 7 years, I will let you marry my daughter. But he didn't specifically say Rachel. Jacob said Rachel, but Laban didn't. Laban said my daughter. He didn't say Rachel. So 7 years he worked and worked and worked, and it didn't seem like any time to Jacob because he was so in love with Rachel. So wedding day comes. It had been 7 years, and Laban calls all the people together, and all the people come together to celebrate this wedding of Jacob and Laban's daughter. And of course, they're wearing a veil. The daughter's wearing a veil. Jacob didn't get to see the daughter, so he marries her. He sleeps with her that night, wakes up the next morning, and realizes it's Leah and not Rachel, because it was custom to marry the oldest daughter off first, then marry the younger daughters off after that by age. They would always marry by age. It was against the culture and the tradition to marry a younger daughter off before an older daughter. So that's why Laban did this. So Laban said, well, I'll tell you what, you work for me 7 more years, then you can marry Rachel. So he does. He does this and he marries Rachel. And this begins the start of his saga, because now he has 2 wives, Leah and Rachel. And then it gets even deeper from here. Tomorrow we're going to move on to chapter 30, and we're going to go from chapter 30 and chapter 31. And this is when the drama starts. I mean, 30 and 30, we have drama, drama, drama. Baby mama drama, left and right. I hope this has touched you. If it has, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and click the little jingle bell. That way you get notified the next time I upload a video. And share this with somebody so that somebody else can see it as well. I will see you tomorrow.